The tendency, I think, for me and others is to say it'll be like Taiwan, because it seems so like Taiwan. But the trouble is that my main study is in the region just on the other side of the Taiwan Straits from Taiwan. So it's the same sort of culture, and it's just looking more and more like. But in other parts of China, I think it won't be the same because it's another kind of a culture. But there is a religious revival, that's for sure, all over mainland China, and sometimes it takes the form of a seeking for other gods than Mao. That's one of the ways in which people describe it. Under Mao, there was just Mao as the god, and now we have several, and Mao is one of them, incidentally, in several parts. But but quite often just as a cover for, as a mask for the other gods. You know, you can get permission to worship Mao, but you might not get permission to worship the other gods behind him, as it were. But that there is a revival, quite definitely, associated now with, in both places, with the notion that this is culture. It is our culture, our local culture, and so there is a kind of secularization of religion, but even so, it's the temples as places where people go, and as I said earlier, but it's from the perspective of the government, it's culture, and it's for tourism. So Chinese tourism, not just foreign tourism. I mean, mainly Chinese tourism, but both. So people come to visit the temples from long distances, from overseas, or locally come to visit temples, not as pilgrims, but just as visitors. So, and I saw that happening in Taiwan as well. School children just come to the temple and play around there and sometimes burn incense for fun, but they're not, that's as it were the outside of the temple. People also come quite seriously to that temple, even while it's being treated as culture, to ask the questions of the gods that I mentioned earlier.